Welcome back, everybody, to the We Are Not Okay pod. I'm your host, Jonan and Melanie.
And I'm Melanie.
And today we got another special episode for you. Super secret, special, fun, flavorful.
Wow, I want to know what episode this is.
Our last episode, Hold On, We're Coming Home. You know, that was, I'm glad you guys stuck around for that one. And we're back for another week.
Another week of us.
I'm old now. I'm 27.
I'm also 27.
27 club. I can't wait to die.
No,
no kidding. 27 club. Yeah. So this year I die, but I'm gonna leave behind a legacy of nothing. Of debt.
Debt and this podcast.
I feel so good. I feel energized right now.
Yeah.
I just drank a bunch of Gatorade. Powerade. I like Powerade, but I feel like Powerade is Gatorade's kind of like brother that got into a few domestic disputes. You know, it's not as good. But I had that Prime drink the other day. The Prime Logan Paul drink.
Oh.
Tastes like ass.
Oh.
Tastes like fucking dog water.
Yikes.
I was like, this shit is ass. And everyone's like, is it good? I was like, no.
No.
And Logan Paul sucks. I was like,
yo, fuck that guy.
But he's a good athlete, though. No. Logan. Jake is the one I don't like. Logan is the one that's like somewhat.
No, but Logan had that whole crypto scam.
Oh yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Probably whooped my ass though, but he's yeah. But he was an athlete. But anyways, he's the only like actual one with substance that did anything of note. So
with impulsive.
Well, yeah, but he's kind of a dickhead on that podcast. I don't know if you saw recently.
I've never watched.
He was bullying one of his hosts, like the older guy, like the one who's like maybe like a little older than us. That he was just like being a dick to him. The guy like went off on him. I was like, yeah, bro, like you want to make everything about you, blah, 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 like fuck you. And he like walked away. I was like, oh my gosh.
No, yeah, I didn't know anything about that. I just knew that the only episode I've watched is the one with Liam Payne.
What? He was on the show?
Yeah. And he was talking like mad shit about One Direction.
Oh, what?
Yeah. You didn't hear about this?
No.
It was crazy. This? It was like a while back. It was like a few months ago. And basically he was like, oh yeah, like Simon knew I was going to be like the leader.
He's not.
And I'm doing the best and this and that. And then like they like stacked up because, you know, everybody was like, yo, what the fuck are you saying? And like they stacked up everybody's like debut singles. Yeah. And Harry's is like way at the top.
Of course Harry's number one. Harry was the leader. And he's an Aquarius. Shout out to all my Aquariuses. You know who you are. We're the best.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to tell you, dude, I actually was going down a One Direction rabbit hole actually earlier this week. I did not tell you this.
No.
And you know I'm a huge fan of One Direction. Even as much as emo as we are, I love One Direction.
I saw them live on their last tour.
No way.
With Zayn.
AM?
Yeah.
Oh no. Before Zayn left.
Yeah, before Zayn left with 5 Seconds of Summer. Yeah.
They toured together, 5 Seconds of Summer and One Direction toured together.
Yeah, that was the craziest tour ever.
Holy shit!
The decibels in that stadium were
How was Zayn live? Because I feel like Zayn was always like, I'm mysterious.
Yeah, he was still mysterious, but he sang really well.
He's so hot.
He's so hot.
He's so hot.
But like, have you seen him recently?
No, it's
he's like super big and like
big as in like he's swole.
Yeah, he's like big and has like blonde hair and shit.
He's like swole.
Super tatted, yeah.
So hot.
But yeah.
I remember when Zayn, I remember like people would do like Harry versus Zayn, and they'd be like, "Who do you love more?" And it'd be like these really shitty like 2012 edits, and they both would be like chiseled.
Yeah,
you know. And I'm like Harry. I mean,
with like the long hair with like the flip.
Oh, dude! But do you remember? I remember watching their fuck, what do you call it? Their X Factor.
Oh my god, so did I. I was like deep in that shit in high school.
Dude, I remember being like, oh my god. I remember when they were like, we're going to put you all together in a group and we're going to call you guys One Direction. And I was like, oh my god, this makes so much sense.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
I was like, I was so into this. Yeah.
Yeah, I was super into it. I watched all of their like tour diaries and everything.
So good. Dude, do you remember that? Do you remember their, but I really do feel like, to me, maybe it's because of the era in my life that I was, but their first album really had like a, it struck a chord in me.
Yeah, it hit.
Are you recording the video, by the way?
I am. I see them both on.
Do you remember? I remember the videos. Do you remember because I remember like during Take Me Home and I'm a deep. You know this about me, right?
Yeah, I'm also a deep fan.
Okay, so during the Take Me Home tour,
Yeah.
the Take Me Home album, and then the third one, Midnight Memories.
Yeah.
I feel like obviously like everything kind of increased, like production, how
Yeah.
they were, their following. But their first album was like they were still trying to figure it out. So it has like a certain flavor to
Yeah.
it. It's like, do you remember their videos for Girl, I see it in your eyes, you're disappointed.
Yeah,
Bro, do you remember
it's so
those just like
bad.
walking towards the
Yeah.
camera? Like, what's going on here?
Well, they had like a long time where they couldn't have women in their music videos because
What?
like the women would get death threats from the fans.
What?
So that's why like a lot of their music videos don't have women in it
Wow, I didn't know
because
that.
they like the
God.
Night Changes video, like you don't see a woman or like you don't see any like who they're dating, whether it's a woman or whoever they are.
Well, it's me. It's a POV
like,
video.
yeah.
They're dating me.
But like
I
they
was-
had to do it like that because women would get death threats like
Well,
if they were in the music video.
That's crazy. Well, dude,
Yeah.
I do remember the Night Changes video. Like that was like probably one of the first times that I was like, yo, this is me. Like when I was watching
Yeah.
the Night Changes video and watching Zayn like, you know, chiseled, give me I was like, thank you, Zayn. Like thank you so much. Because that video was like a POV of like 5 different dates with them,
Yeah.
right?
It was,
Honestly,
like,
that was
first
like
dates or whatever.
that was my favorite video because I got to really feel like I was on a date with
And then they were all like fucking up.
yeah. But they were all like they were all like fucking up, but it was like kind of charming.
Yeah.
Like they were all like Zayn would like do something and I was like, oh, Zayn, you spilled something on yourself. Yeah, for sure. They would have bagged me for sure. They would have bagged me for sure because all 5 of those days. I mean, honestly, I'm a fan of all of them equally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Personally, I'm a Harry Styles fan. You know what I'm saying? Because Harry's number 1 for me. But I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I love Harry Styles. I saw him when he toured for his first album,
Amazing.
and it was an incredible experience.
amazing.
Incredible.
Well, that's why he's the leader, not Liam. Period.
Yeah, I don't know why Liam was like talking such like mad shit and like it's just crazy.
Yeah, I don't.
You have to watch the video because it's like some of the stuff that
Dude,
he
you're
says.
like-
You're like, what are you
Dude,
saying?
You're literally
You're
grabbing
so
this-
far up your ass.
You're grabbing this from like my brain right now. Like you're extracting so many like core memories that I've repressed over the years of all this trauma and shitty pop punk. Like, dude, I just remember the first. I remember What Makes You Beautiful. I remember when that was like I remember when Vivo was like hot new artist.
Yeah, and it
I
was like One
wow.
Direction.
I was like, wow, yeah. Wait, there was that one, and then they had more videos on that. There's What Makes You Beautiful. See it in your eyes. And then what other song was big on that album?
It was What Makes You Beautiful. It was damn. I don't even remember what songs are on that.
Bro,
album.
that album for me was like timeless. Like I remember just like, dude, I was like the dude who was like, you know, I was part of the skate crew and like the like punk skate crew in high school. You know, we'd be listening to like A Day to Remember and fucking other just like shitty, you know, Pierce the Veil and Sebring Sirens. And then like low key though, I would skate home. No,
I'm listening.
And I would
I'm
be
just
like-
pulling up the track
and
list.
that's all good. I'd be on my Zune, fucking listening to One Direction, and I'd be like, I can't let the boys know I like this. You know, I love that shit though, bro. I was on the bus listening to that shit, bro. Here I am asking.
Oh, Gotta Be You.
Oh
One Thing.
my god,
And More Than This.
it's gotta be you.
Yeah, and I used to be like, yo, what the
Dude,
fuck?
I remember when he sang "It's Gotta Be You." I was like, it really is me.
Yeah.
Dude, dude, I'm gonna watch the Night Changes video when I get home. You unlock that core memory.
And
I
one
think
thing,
the only one.
I need that
One
one
thing.
thing.
Oh,
So get up,
you've
get
got-
up, get
Yo,
out of my
and then they're
head.
like, I actually love the POV videos because I'm like, I'm there with them. Like, I'm with the
Yeah.
boys. Dude, I remember when I remember when I found that the lyrics of fucking, hey girl, I'm waiting on ya. That song is about
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah.
It's about fucking a
Yeah.
girl. I was like, I remember even when I was a kid, I was like, let's go crazy. Wait a minute, they're talking about sex. 'Cause at least Jonas Brothers was like a little bit more sentimental. They were like, we're gonna fuck.
Yeah.
And now Harry Styles literally is like, we're gonna have sex now.
Yeah.
Me, okay. Yo,
Okay, quirky.
but wait, do you remember when I'm sure if your mom's listening to this, she's like, oh my god. Dude, I remember what was it? Do you remember when Zayn dropped Pillow Talk? By the way, I don't know if
Yes.
you're a fan of that album. I'm a huge fan.
I haven't listened to like the only One Direction member I've listened to all their like albums before is Harry Styles.
I'm a huge
I haven't listened to
fan
any
of
of
Zayn.
Zayn.
So Zayn's album came out when I was on my Capricorn shit, because you know most of my charts Capricorn besides Aquarius. So I was working at a J Crew back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in the back packing orders for like 7 hours at a time, because like I was like the sales guy, but like there was a time where the back person quit, so I was just in the back packing orders, and that album had just dropped, so I would listen to it on like repeat. And yeah, man, I remember it's called Mind of Mine, you know, where he's like a baby with all the tats.
Yeah.
Which I'm actually gonna have someone edit a photo of me like as a baby with like all my tats. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I was gonna tell you, that album is like one of my favorite R&B albums. I really like it.
Cool.
But
I'll check it out.
It's really it's R&B
like
slow. It's really slow.
Yeah. I honestly like lost track of them when they started putting out like singles and stuff.
Do you remember when Zayn first like got solo, when he's like, everyone was like, you've never heard any of them say a curse word. He's like, fucking in, fighting out. You remember that? When he said fuck, and everyone was like, ah! Now here he's like, I had a threesome. He's like, I had an orgy.
Yeah.
Watermelon sugar. Like, oh my god.
Literally. I remember when Zayn, like for that tour that I saw them in, when Zayn like left the band when they were in China, like they were touring in China, and Zayn's like, anyway, I'm leaving the band. And like he didn't finish the tour.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he didn't finish the tour.
And like, who's he beefing with the most?
I don't know. Yeah, himself. He had like he has a lot of social anxiety.
Oh yeah, imagine being in front of a fucking arena.
He has a lot of like anxiety and stuff, so he struggled. Even during X Factor, he struggled with it because they had that whole section where they had to like dance.
I remember
and he
that.
almost didn't move on because he was hiding. And then
he was like literally hiding?
Yeah, he was literally hiding. And then they were like, yo, where's Zayn? And like one of the producers found him and was like, either you do this or you're not going to move on. And so he was just like there. He was like forced to do it because if not, he wouldn't be able to move on.
Dude, I'm sorry. The last 2 episodes, now that I've like been like dialed in and like off my magnesium pills and I'm like good, I feel like I'm so like, I forget that we're like recording sometimes. I'm so into your story, bro. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I know way too much about One Direction.
So good. But I'm saying your storytelling is on point.
Thanks.
So, excuse me. My gosh, man. So, I have to tell you of a new genre of TikToks.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited, bro. I have so many topics. Fuck, man. I really do wanna fucking.
I'm just vibing. I saw your topics and I was like, okay.
You're like, all right, we got like 3 episodes.
I was like, okay, man.
dude. Because the thing is, like, Mel, if I'm like driving or I think of something, I'm gonna immediately put it in my notes. Yeah. That's why, like, I don't want to like forget. You know.
I'm really bad at that. I'm always one of those people that are like, oh yeah, when I stop, I'll put it in the notes. No.
I will fucking call us Final Destination 305. But I'll tell you right now. So. Sorry. Wait. Give me a little do. Sorry, my phone fell. All right.
Okay.
All right. So, you know, TikTok is great because they invade all of your fucking privacy and they know everything about you, which is great. And I found a new genre of TikTok that I'm obsessed with.
Okay.
Cave dwellers.
Well,
it's like white people, mostly Caucasian people, right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to
we don't
group
wanna,
them.
Yeah.
But you ain't seen a Hispanic or a black person yet, or an Asian person. But it's these dudes that they go to caves and they're like, we found a random cave in the fucking jungle in Vietnam and we're gonna see what's inside. I'm like, okay, man.
Wait, I think I saw like a meme about these TikToks that it was someone that was like, I just found this cave and I had to like contort myself.
Yeah.
Like my asshole's next to my ear.
There's one guy who literally is probably like 6 something and he got into a cave sliver that was like paper thin. Like, and I'm like, how? And he's like, oh, I just scraped both of my knees. My knees are raw. I was like, dude, that's a sign that you shouldn't keep going. Like, you could do other stuff. And he's like, I'm watching these dudes and he's like, oh, I'm probably going to be here for another like 45 minutes. Oxygen's getting a little low, but I got to keep moving. I was like, you're going to die trying to get this TikTok. I mean, keep recording because I want to see. But, you know, it's crazy to me that people are like for fun. Imagine Melanie for fun. Uh-oh.
All right.
Sorry about that, guys.
That didn't happen.
We had
I don't know what you're talking about.
Technical difficulty.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway,
pick it up right where I left off.
Yeah.
So, imagine as a person, right?
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I have an idea. You're like, what's up, Jonan? We're like, we're gonna go record the fucking podcast in a cave that's dimly lit. Like, what do you think exists in those caves?
Too much that I don't want to do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, you know, like the movie, what do you call it? Not Silent Hill, The Hills of Eyes.
Yeah.
I feel like that shit is real. Like, there's fucking weird people living in caves and just being wacky.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You know, like
I don't want to like.
I want to think about it all the time. I think about it by myself. You know, sometimes in my house, like I'm a fucking psychopath. You know what I mean? Like Listen, bro, I'm blessed. I don't get scared of that, bro. But I be like looking at the dark. I be looking for shit, bro. In the dark rooms, I'm like,
oh my god, no. I don't want to look for shit at all.
Is this haunted? Let me see. I'm just looking at shit. I'm just fucking. The people in the movies like, Johnny, is that you? That's me. I'm in there like Rambo. I'm in there like fucking Rambo. Let's go. Let's run it. You and me. Yeah, it's fucking
no way. That's crazy.
Yeah, but you have
no,
scary
thank
stories.
You.
Wait, okay. Now this begs the question.
Yeah.
If we're stuck in a cave, you, me, the guys from the old youth, my girlfriend, our animals, who's gonna die first?
Me, 100%.
No. Who are we eating first?
No, no.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm eating Ant first. You know why?
Why?
He seems like he's stalky. He can feed me.
I cannot.
We can feed us well. Did he listen to the pod?
I don't know.
Well, if you do, man, I'm sorry, but you're dying first. Listen, dog, I love you, but
I thought you were saying like I feel like I would still die first.
No, I think we would survive off Ant for a while, and then we just start thinning the herd. You know what I mean? Listen, Tiff is gonna be one of the last ones because she's really thin. So I'll probably eat the rest of the old youth, our animals. Probably eat Carlos because he looks like he's gonna feed us for a few days. I might eat you, and then I'll leave Tiffany, and then I'll probably, when I'm getting thirsty or hungry, I'll kill her, suck her blood out, and then I'll survive. So I'm the only survivor.
You're the only survivor in this scenario.
No, 100%. Or I'll become a cave person. Do you think that there's people that like exist in the caves?
I don't know.
Like communities that are like. No, I'm saying like for real. Like
I don't know.
I'm not even being racist. I'm saying I'm some like Hills Have Eyes shit. Because remember the people they communicated via like on the Descent. That's the movie. Where that movie's fucking terrifying.
I don't know if I.
It's on this. Do you know that movie?
Mm-mm.
Same concept. So imagine the same concept of like, hey, we're with a group of people. We just found this cave, and they actually so they go deeper the Descent. And it's crazy. It's the same concept. People start going crazy. There ends up being like a group that they find under like a community of people that they're like. They can only communicate via sounds, and they fucking like start killing them. Some of them kill each other. They get stuck. It's crazy. It's a really good movie.
Interesting. No,
and
I've
at the
never heard
end,
of it.
one of them only one of them survives. Like the little, and she's just like, yeah, it's crazy. And the second movie is like her PTSD from that. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
It's a really good movie. It's really intense. Not for the weak, but I was gonna ask you. I saw Avatar 2.
Oh. I have not.
You saw I put Avatar 2 ... Why?
No, I don't think I saw it.
Dude, that movie was so good, but it was like 3 fucking hours. 3 hours and some change.
Yeah, that's why I haven't watched it, because I haven't been able to dedicate.
Have you seen the first one?
I saw the first one, yeah.
Bro, the second movie is way better. It's just 3 fucking hours. I had to cut out a part of my day to watch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have time to be like cutting out parts of my day to like watch this movie.
Dog. It's like, and it's cool because it's interesting though, because it's like aquatic people. Because they basically, James Cameron has announced 5 Avatar movies.
Yeah, I heard.
And after Avatar 2, I'm like, this makes sense because they go to the fucking aquatic part of the world. Imagine, bro, they were in the forest. Now there's the aquatic, then there's the fire, then there's the air, then there's so it's,
yeah.
But it's cool because the avatars are different. They're different. Like the forest ones are like with tails and they're very agile, but the water ones are like really thick in the arms so they can swim and stuff. But the reason why I say why, fuck, are you gonna make 6 Avatar? Like the second one, I was like, but there's so many scenes in that
it's
movie.
World building,
bro. I know. There's so many scenes in that movie though that were just fucking straight like beauty shots.
Yeah,
they're all CGI. I'm like, they had to stop making that movie halfway through because they didn't have the technology yet to do the underwater shots.
I mean, that makes sense. Like, that's what happened with Star Wars. That's why Star Wars was filmed out of order. So Star Wars was filmed out of order because they were filming with the technology they had. So that's why 6 was put out first, and then
I didn't know
and then 5, and then 4, and then it was 1,
that.
2, 3. Because they were working with whatever technology they had, and then as technology got better, they'd make the next movie.
Dude, so do you think working backwards like that, they're like, fuck, I should have added this?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's fucking
I
crazy.
mean, but it was well written. I'm sure they had everything thought out and how they were gonna do it.
Mark Hamill aged pretty good. He's kind of weird, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's a little weird. But, not weird, not weird problematic, but he's just like a strange cat.
I love him.
Also, I feel like being Luke Skywalker when you're in your 20s must be crazy because your life changes forever. Like around the world, people know who you are. It's also like Mike Tyson level fame.
I feel like again, it's one of those things where nobody knew it was gonna blow up the way it did.
It's like Friends, the same bullshit. Where they're like, "This is gonna be a good show," and they're like, "Holy shit, this is crazy."
It became like a cult classic.
Yeah. I like Friends, but I'm starting to realize that there's no black people on the show, and it makes me feel weird. There was like one black person on the show. There's like two.
I've never watched it.
I've seen Friends 3 times.
Yeah, I've never watched it because it's never been my vibe 100%.
As I've gotten older, though, I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about this. Because look, Seinfeld was like, we're Jewish, haha, and they were like, haha, but then like Friends is like, we're white and rich, but we're gonna like appeal to like the middle class. And I'm like, oh my god.
They had like a huge penthouse in New York.
Dude, you know that an architect did the setup of the house, and like that couldn't exist. Like the setup of that house doesn't exist. Like,
really?
It'd be physically impossible.
Why?
I think it's something with the way the building is, because he had like, I don't know if you remember, like a very large balcony. Like they had like apparently the way the house is set up, like it couldn't really exist. It would be essentially splicing 2 apartments in one, and you'd have to like structurally change the entire building.
Crazy.
Yeah, but they had penthouses. Like, bro, my best friend lives in a nice place now, but before he lived in like a shed in New York. You know what I mean? Like Reed, literally, you're gonna see him next episode. Next episode, we have our first guest, Reed Harris III. Tune in. But yeah, he actually had his first place was in Harlem, and it was like a kind of like not. Then it was nice, but it was not like super nice. And his apartment now is like super nice, but again, not on the Friends level of fucking, you know, where it's like you, bro. Imagine how big it is. It's like 3 apartments in one. Imagine the amount of rent a month.
No, that show would have been crazy. That's why I'm like,
imagine Friends are in the inflation right now.
Like when I was a kid, I didn't think about that, but like now. I'm seeing like today we were watching, me and Carlos were I think on Twitter or something, we were watching this video and it was like, oh yeah, like here's this flat in London and like it's walking around it's like, oh, you may be wondering where your bathroom is. Well, it's not in your apartment. You share it with all the other units.
What?
And it's in this hallway. And by the way, it's like $2K a month.
No.
And I was like, what the fuck? It's $2K a month?
No.
I did not see an in unit, so that means you still have to go out and like do like your laundry. And you don't even get your own bathroom?
No,
like you have to share it with 4 other units?
No. And
that's fucking crazy.
Wait. Oh,
for $2K.
We haven't talked about piss and shit in like forever. Dude, I can't piss and shit in front of other people like that. Like not in front, but was it ideally like a locked door?
No, it was a locked door. It was just like you had like 4 other roommates, but you were paying $2K a month.
Other bare assholes are on that. No, I'm good. I can't do that. I can't.
It was like, what
about the shower? You had a shower inside at least?
I don't know. It was like a very short video. It was like a TikTok or something.
Dude.
But I was like, what the fuck?
Or was it almost like, check this out, this is crazy? Or like, he look, buy it?
I don't know. I couldn't tell. Like, based on like the way he was saying it, he was just like very like nonchalant. Like, oh yeah, here's a flat in London, and like here, you're wondering where your bathroom is. It's out here. It's $2K a month. And I was like,
fucking crazy.
What the fuck?
That's fucking crazy. No,
how dare you?
Yeah, I would be pissed. No.
I would be so mad. Like Carlos is like, there's no way anybody's going.
No, that's fucking wild. And the fact is that like, dude, I love shitting. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. It's been 2 episodes I talked about it.
That's true. It's been a little bit.
Yeah, so I take like 30. Bro, imagine going after work. Imagine, Melanie, like I've talked about, imagine those post-work shits where you're running. You're like, oh my God, and you get naked, you know? And you got to wait because someone's in it. I'll shit my pants on the floor right there. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's like really bad. Like, what if
shitting is an event for me, bro.
Or
I got to put my podcast on. I got to have my vibes good. I have a candle in my bathroom too, so, you know, I don't gas that shit out. Oh my God. Can't imagine. That's like I'm like appalled right now.
Yeah.
Now with my shit talk with that.
No, but like I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this is fucking crazy.
I'm like, I'm struggling without an in unit. Can you imagine like not having anything? Like you just have like a room where you sleep in, and then you have to go outside and share everything.
Yeah, for that I'll just.
Which I mean sounds really privileged.
Yeah,
but also like
if I'm paying
for $2K a month.
That's what I'm saying.
That's fucking wild. I'm sorry.
Pay that.
Like it's one thing to have like a house that you share with like roommates,
right?
And then each of you splits the $2K a month.
That's how Ant lives. Right? He has like a house with different roommates.
He has roommates, but like
he lives in a house.
No, it's an apartment.
Oh. Yeah.
But like it's one thing for it to be like an apartment where you split like $2K a month with roommates and you have to share the bathroom, whatever. It's another thing to have to pay $2K a month yourself.
Well, is there any?
Each unit is $2K.
That's fucking crazy.
And
were they large?
No, it was like a small, like studio-esque apartment.
Fuck that shit.
It was ridiculous. It looked like it was like a 1-bedroom. No, it was a studio because there was no bathroom.
Oh no, I'm good.
Like,
so you're gonna be cooking. Your clothes are gonna smell like you're fucking arroz con pollo.
Yeah,
and, I'm good on that, bro.
It was crazy.
I was gonna tell you. I have to tell you a funny story. Speaking of homelessness,
Uh-huh.
okay, so a few, oh my god, a few years ago, so for those of you, I've said it every episode. The only sport that I'm good at is martial arts. I'm not, I can't fucking run or throw a ball or do anything. So
neither can I, but it's okay.
my parents, when I was a kid, they enrolled me in a sports camp.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna say the name of it, but it was in Kendall. It was a sports camp.
Okay.
And in that sports camp, it was like sports, but it was more so like it was in like a golf club.
Yeah.
Tied to a very wealthy golf club.
Uh-huh.
So they would like, you'd pay like a whatever.
I think
fee.
I know which one.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, you'd pay like a fee, and you would get like lunch catered to you. It's pretty cool. They would give you a snack time, lunch. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
I remember in the beginning it existed, like they had like the golf, like they had like a pool house area. So like all the kids would go from like 8 to 5, it was like a if your parents worked in the summer, which many of our parents did. My parents would drop me off at this sports camp, and I had like my friends, and all my friends from like my elementary school would go there in the summer. So I wanted to hang with my friends in the summer. So it was like a hangout,
Yeah.
I wasn't good at any of the fucking sports, but I could do all the running sports and all. And like all like I mean, I was pretty good at like the flag football because it was like physical. Like anything with like contact, I'm pretty good at. So these people or whatever, I went to the sports camp from 3rd grade, 4th grade to 5th grade. So 3rd grade was cool. We were in the back of the pool house, but apparently like they got bought out or they leased it to someone else. So we got moved to like a back of like, they had like a swim club attached to it. So we got moved to the back of the swim club in like another kind of back room house area. Yeah. It was pretty cool. So we did that. And then the 3rd year, I was like, all right, this is my last year here because I'm going through puberty and like this is weird. Like, I don't want to be with a lot of fucking random dudes in like a sports camp. But I do remember one memory, and that was as I got older, we would always do dodgeball once a week. Full contact.
Oh my god.
So it would be like and there was older kids there too, so there was different groups, right? There was the elementary school kids, there was the middle school kids, and there was the high school kids. But the dodgeball was all the groups in Fortnite Battle Royale mode. Like we would face off, and we had like our squad. It's like the wolves in Twilight, the werewolves.
Oh goodness.
And then the vampires.
Back to Twilight.
Yeah, always back to it. All leads back to Twilight. Bro.
All roads lead to Twilight.
I remember, that's the episode name right there. I'll never forget, bro. All of like so they would line up all the balls in the middle, and they'd be like, go, and everyone would have a flag, and if you got hit, you would put your flag up to go to the stands for the next round. So I will never forget, bro. Those high school kids had no mercy on us, bro. They would literally grab those balls and full force beam them at our fucking heads, bro. They would literally beam those shits at us. And I'll never forget, bro, getting a concussion, bro. I was getting CTE. I was like 12 years old, bro. Having a kid who was 18 beam a thing in my head. Bro, those shits would hit me so hard I would hear the bing. Bro, it's just crazy. This one guy would grab 2 balls and beam me and beam another. Bro, they were like double our size. Bro, these kids were like 180, 5'11", hitting me, and I was like 4 feet tall, just bang, bang. Bro, I'll never forget that shit. Dude.
It's crazy.
And this one time, one of the 5th graders like rose up and was like, ah! And he like grabbed he just was like getting hit with balls. And it was like on some what is it called, the movie? The God, like, Say Hello to My Little Friend type of thing, bro. That he was just like, he's just getting hit with dodgeballs. I was like, bro, why is this kid dying right now? This is like a felony, bro.
What is this drama that's going on right now?
Bro, it was crazy. It was crazy. So every Fridays at 3 p.m., it was like, if like you had problems with someone, you'd be like, yo, on Friday at 3, meet me on the field. We're gonna run that shit. Bro, it was crazy.
But why would they put the high school kids with you guys?
I don't know. I think it was like the one time a week where like all the camp counselors were like, it was Monday through Friday, so they're like, it's Friday. Let's just, put them all together. Bro, but I'll never forget that they would set up the dodgeballs and you just feel like the pressure. You'd be like, you're like, it's 2:30. You see them setting it up. You're like, oh god.
Oh god.
And then they would spray the field, with the. It was a pretty decent sports camp. But Mel, I will never forget getting fucking CTE during those events. Yeah, that's where I first wrestled someone for the first time.
Oh really?
Yeah, a middle school kid threw one at me really hard, and I was like, upset. I was like, all right, I'm done. And he just kept hitting me with the balls. So I walked across the field and I double legged him and I like punched him in the head a bunch of times. And then my dad's like, what did he do? And then I told him, he's like, that's my son.
Yeah, like, you made your dad proud
I was on
today.
Suspension for like 3 days. I couldn't go back. And
that's
then
crazy.
I have some tea about that too. So the main guy, I'm not gonna say his name, but I don't give a fuck. I don't like you. If you're ever listening, which you never will, but I hate you. He would also. Some of the camp counselors that were adults would also play too.
Why? Like, that's so dangerous.
Yeah, and he was like kind of problematic. Like, you know, when you like look at later on, you're like, this guy was kind of an asshole.
Yeah, it's like thinking back.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Maybe we shouldn't have liked this guy.
So he was this big dude. He was a jock for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Big jock, Caucasian man. And he would always wear like those what do you call them? Pit vipers?
Yeah.
You know the kind of genre of
Yeah.
person. He had like an F-150, like you know the genre.
I know the genre.
So that dude would always play the games. Towards the end, the camp counselors would sneak a few shots in, but he would play. That dude would, like the main dude would play. You know, the camp counselors were like maybe like they were probably in our age, like in their maybe beginning middle 20s, and they would like get a few shots off, one or two, you know, like and you could tell they would like maybe laugh about it. They weren't like going full force. Yeah. Not like the fucking high school kids. They were kind of like, you know, in it with us, but that guy would play like once or two games. Like, you know, when you're like, oh shit, Master Roshi is fucking playing the game right now. Bro, that guy, since he was athletic, would beam. I remember one time he hit me so hard, like in my abdomen, that I had like a welt.
Oh my God.
Like, kids would have
terrible.
welts.
I'm surprised that they like.
Well, it's crazy. It gets even worse.
No one started shit.
It gets crazy. So it gets even. Well, someone did.
Oh.
So
shit.
he would do this thing to everyone where he would like joke around with us and be like, "Oh, it's just guys being guys." That's what he would always say.
It's so weird.
Yeah, no, but
red
it wasn't
flag number 5.
Yeah. But he would always like joke with us and like, you know, be like, we'd be like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And he would always grab our fat on our calves and like squeeze them, and it like makes like shockwaves into your thing. And you always call it. He'd always like say some weird phrase. He'd be like, "Yeah, the liberals." Like, he would always say some like weird shit, and like he would always fuck with us, and we'd be like limping, and he'd be like, "Come on, bro, walk it off, be a man." And we're like, "Bro, you just assaulted me, bro." Like, what the fuck? He was a weird dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like if you don't want to do
terrible.
something, if you don't want to do something, he would get mad. And I remember, I'll never forget this one time. Oh, dude, I remember this one day that I was gonna leave, and I was like, "Oh, we're getting close." Okay. This one day that I had to leave early. Sorry, I got into the story. We had to leave early. So it was really hot. It was a hot Florida Miami summer. And the kids would get water and splash it, and they'll splash them back like into the fans. Yeah, you know, like whatever. And one day the kid some kid got like fucking. He got like the entire. You know, you just put like a little bit of water and it'll splash you back. Yeah. Some kid got the entire cooler. And, like, obviously it fucked up the fan. Yeah. He got the entire water. Like, and bro, he lined up all those kids and pegged them with fucking dodgeballs.
Why? What the fuck?
Yeah,
that's so fucking
some
weird.
Walking Dead shit,
no,
bro. Dude, I'll never forget that.
Fuck?
And they told me, they're like, "Yo, you were sick that day, but this motherfucker snapped." I was like, "What do you think? Where he lined us up in the sun and pegged us with dodgeballs?"
That's weird.
It's like, what is this?
That's
Auschwitz?
so problematic.
God, Lee.
Oh, no.
God bless, bro. I was like, oh my God.
That's so problematic.
Yeah, dude, it was really so I found that later on, which all made sense. In middle school, apparently, no, in high school, there was like a story in the news of like some guy that was like squatting on one of those things. It was that guy.
Oh.
He was squatting inside that beach house.
My God.
And we're like, what the fuck happened? Apparently, he got into a domestic dispute with his wife. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah. Not surprising.
Not surprising, considering he was beaming kids with
Bro, I was like 10. I was like getting brain damage. So, dude, he literally what is it? Got arrested, and then they fired him from his job.
That's crazy.
He was like a squatter in that beach house. No one would access it during the year, but they fucking found him one day. Yeah, bro.
That's wild as fuck.
Yeah, so that's the end of that
like
story.
Weird.
Yeah, it's a crazy story, but I don't want to end it on a dark note. But it's just crazy to think that, like, you know, these little memories. This episode is all about like nostalgia and bringing shit in. But on a brighter note, Murray, literally. Wait, do you remember though? By the way, last thing, because we're gonna bring it back to Twilight. Sorry, to One Direction before we leave. Yeah. So pivoting out of that, because now we're talking about the funny / traumatic shit of our youth. Do you remember when AM first dropped and they dropped the "I Got Fire for a Heart"? Do you remember the video? Yeah. When everyone is like, they're talking about Zayn. Were they talking about Zayn?
I don't think so.
If I didn't have you, there would be nothing left. Dude, that's when I was like, Harry Styles was hot.
Yeah, that was a good album. Do you think AM and like 4 was also really good.
What was your favorite?
That's a good question. I think I really, really liked 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's that shadow holding me hostage? I've been here for days.
I was literally thinking about that song.
Really?
I love that song.
I know. Well, guys, listen. From One Direction to getting CTE, this episode had it all. We laughed, we cringed, we
cried.
We had some technical difficulties. This is the episode with everything.
We talked about shit.
Oh, we did. Wow, we talked about everything. Well, guys, thank you so much as always for listening. We got a very special episode for you next week. We have my best friend, our first guest spot, our first of many. So we're finally opening up our guest spots. So thank you guys for rocking with us so far. And again, our first big change of many is coming. So thank you guys. If you want to connect with me, please follow me on social media on Instagram. That's Jonan is Win. JONAN is Win.
And I'm Melanie. You can follow me at Moonraker Melanie. So MOONRAKER Melanie.
And together we are the
We Are Not Okay Pod. Bye.